So now, after getting an apartment with some friends, I was working for the McDonald's in the local area, and I was actually able to hold a job, and pay bills and be a normal member of society, despite my epilepsy, with the medication. But I had an altercation with the roommates, with one of the roommates not wanting to pay his rent near the end of the rental term. And he claimed that, oh, because I got a tax return, I should owe all of the money. I don't even think I got that tax return, because what happened after this incident will explain. I don't know what the hell happened. So I would have to look at the medical records to get you the exact dates, but the gentleman shattered my jaw over an altercation of the rent. And since we were all leaseholders on this apartment, I ended up getting an eviction from the property that should have been annulled, but it was not. So I lost my place and I lost my job within like a day, like instantly. And I ended up in the hospital because the roommate did not want to pay his rent. That is why those two teeth are missing. Had to have reconstructive surgery. It didn't go well. It got infected, and they had to remove all of it, including the pins, the metal plates, the whole nine. That has sucked, because I've done that while being homeless. Ever since that eviction point, I have been homeless. That's why I am in my truck. That's why I live in my truck. I did not have the truck at that time, though. So I was looking for a job, and I met a very good friend. I don't know where he is, and I hope he is doing well. And I'm not sure he wants me. We'll go with his name. We call him Goofy Loco. And Goofy got me a job at the gas station, the 76 up here. That was where my life changed. My life changed when I got the job at the 76. I love that job. I love that gas station. I love everything there. I loved helping people. I love being customer service. And the thing about Oregon is it's not self-serve. It's you have a gas tendant. So I started from the bottom, being the guy outside 24/7, just because I lived outside anyway, pumping the gas for the customers. And my boss was very kind, and he let me sleep in the car wash shed. I may get to another day. I will hopefully maybe share with this area with you before they destroy it. But I slept outside on the concrete floor in this little shed when it was raining. And I worked full time and overtime at this gas station for 4 years. But I could not get a place because of this annulment. I fought for this place and to clear this annulment on my record and go to court to deal with this for myself, working full-time and overtime at the gas station, wearing a suit and a tie underneath all of my heavy rain gear and all the gear I needed for work with my jackets and coats. And then I would sleep in that stuff. I'd get up, I'd go to work, or I'd get up and go to the courthouse and do what I needed to do. And then I would come back and go to work and then try and crash and sleep on the street again, sleep on the floor, wherever. I had done that for easily was almost a year before I was able to come across this truck. And a gentleman drove into the gas station. That's a part of me of get emotional because this is hard stuff to talk about. This is where the man comes in. I think his name was Shane Bullen, and I think the original owner was Craig Sandblast, and I'm the third owner. This is a 1990 Chevy Silverado, and I am the third owner. I still have the original Chevy owner's manual that came with this truck. That's how much this truck means to these people, at least to these people. And Shane could not maintain the truck, and he came into my gas station with a for sale sign on the truck. And I had nowhere to sleep. I was sleeping in the street, in the shed. So I said, I will give you, he said, is that for sale? I just asked. I said, is it for sale? Because my friend, he was like, hey, go ask him. I said, that's a nice truck. I like it. It's beat up and everything, but I like it. I want that bench seat. It looks so comfortable to sleep on compared to the concrete floor. And he said, well, then ask him if it's for sale. So I did. I walked up to the guy and I said, is it for sale? And he said, yes, it is. And I lost it. He said $700. No, he said $800 at first. I said, I don't have exactly that, but I can do something around $750 or something like that. And he said, okay, $750. And I said, look, I'll give you the $500. And I can give you this much right now, and I'll get you the other part right afterward. You have to go to the bank in the morning, and I'll get you your money, okay? But you can't leave. He said, I don't have anywhere to go. I said, you can park right there on the station, and I don't want you to leave the property until we work out a deal. Because I want that truck. I want this truck so much. And I bought this truck from this man for $700 cash. And I have not slept on a concrete floor since then. I have not been stuck in the rain. I live in Oregon. It rains non-stop all the time. I have not had to worry about freezing. This truck has done so much for me. And I have done a lot for her. Because I told you, she hauled it all. When I bought this truck, I didn't know the front end was fucked. The brakes were screwed. The whole night. I put everything. I put my heart and soul into this truck. I've spent probably 10 grand in just fixing the truck and the gasoline to keep it going over the past 45 years. And you can call me crazy for that. But when you do the math, I can't get a place to live, period. They won't let me get a rental. I can't even rent. I can't live anywhere. So this is where I can. And then I do the math. You pay $500 to $1,000 for rent. I'm going to call it 1,000 for mathematics. And you pay $1,000 a month times 12 for a year. That is $12,000 just for your rent. That is before utilities, that is before your phone, that is before your car, that is before your insurance, that is before your cell phone, that is before any of that happens. And those bills can run you easily $800 to another $1,000. So you need to come up with $2,000 just so you can survive for one fucking month? You need $3,000 so you can move into one place. So you can pay $2,000 a month. So you cannot live there 3 months later? That does not make mathematical sense to me. And then I realized that was when I was in the truck for the whole pandemic. I had a camper. I lived the Lance. It was the Lance 10.7, 10.8. It was my favorite camper. The trailer has its own story. The comfort trailer is a story for another day. But the Lance in 2020, which that's the one I have dates for. That's where we bring this book into play. The other one doesn't have a lot of this. Maybe a little of it, but doesn't all of it. A lot of it isn't here. Because I spent a lot of the time of 2020 in my camper, just quarantine. And that is what is written right up on the top. I dated it. Boom. You can see what day of quarantine I was on. Quarantine day 594. That was more, I think I was more like into Florida possibly, but yeah, I have all the way back. Day 300, day 22, 2020. This is where we're gonna talk about. This is where we are right now. In here. We're in here. In the beginning of the pandemic. I don't have any reason to lie to anybody. So, I'm gonna take a minute here. Gather my thoughts and stuff. And then I'm gonna continue.